Hello and welcome back to the expo floor here in the Venetian. We're down here next to the training and certification booth and we're ready for our first game, the CQ Games, and today I've got with me Kevin Kelly. Kevin, tell us a bit about what you do here at AWS.
Thanks, MJ. I actually lead the global certification team, so I lead a group of experts that includes customers and partners who help us build the certification exam questions, and we also support the certification quiz show.
You do indeed. It's thanks to this man that it actually exists today. Kevin, I believe you actually spent 5 years as a solutions architect as well, is that right?
I did. I was a solutions architect for 5+ years, actually.
Wow. And also, helper on the Solution Architect official study guide, is that right? That we use each week on CQ?
Yeah, I was one of a couple of authors that wrote the official Solutions Architect Associate Study Guide.
It's a pretty big name we got with us today.
Huh.
With that in mind, Kevin, would you help us out on our first CQ game of reInvent 2019? Help us with a bit of point out the errors on this architecture. Are you up for the challenge?
So you're going to put me on the spot like this?
I am absolutely going to put you on the spot, Kevin. Is that all right with you?
It's all right with me.
All right, let's make a start. Here is our architecture.
All right.
Over to you.
Wow. Well, so the first thing that I don't like about this architecture is it's a single availability zone. So I would really like to break this into at least 2 or more availability zones depending on what's available in the region.
And the reason?
Yeah, the reason I want to do that is I really want to spread my instances and workload and database across as many availability zones for resilience as I can.
Fantastic. Okay, so you got the first one.
Yeah.
Pressure's off now.
So the next thing I don't like about this is the application instances and the ALB are in the same public subnet. What I'd really like to do is move these application instances down into a private subnet and protect them and have the ALB in a separate subnet isolated from the instances. The other thing I might ask is, do they have to be EC2 instances? Or could these be containers? Or could they be Lambda functions?
Personal devices.
Yeah, so I'd want to understand more about what these are. But let's assume that they're EC2 instances.
Yep.
What I'd really like to do then is wrap them in an auto-scaling group.
You got it.
That's spread across the availability zones. And I want the auto-scaling group because what I'd really like is for these instances to scale out and scale in depending on the workload that they're currently having to support. The reason I want to do that, Cyber Monday, they probably expand out a lot, but on the Tuesday after Cyber Monday, I want some cost efficiency. And so what I'd like to do is have those instances scale in. And an auto-scaling group would let me do that, and perfect. I can have it span those multiple availability zones.
We've probably got time for one more error, Kev.
Okay, the other thing I don't like is this should be multi-AZ RDS.
Yep.
And I'd really like this S3 bucket moved out so that...
that's the big one, right?
Yeah, I want to replace this with an endpoint, and I want to do that because I don't want the traffic to traverse all the way around and back. I'd really like to be able to access the endpoint directly from within my VPC.
Keep going, we got time for one more.
Okay.
What about our NAT gateway?
The NAT gateway I would also want to move out. Yeah, I think that's it.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Kevin, thank you so much for joining us down on the expo floor for CQ Games. We have guests coming up tomorrow and Thursday, so please tune back in. For now, over back to the main stage. Thank you.
Thanks.